What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to show you guys the best AI plugins for music producers. Now, do I think that AI is going to take over making beats? I don't necessarily think so. I might give you guys my thoughts at the end of this video, but the way that I use AI when making beats and selling beats is more of a way that just basically allows me to get up my ideas quicker, gives me a starting point to then add the fun creative elements, and just kind of increases my productivity and workflows. So I'm going to give you guys some examples of websites that use AI that I use on a personal basis, and let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree with these? Do you disagree with these? Are there any websites that you use that I've missed out on? Let me know what you think in the comments, but let's start with the first one here. So the first one I want to take a look at is called Co-Producer by Output, and if you're not familiar with Output, they're basically a software company that makes a bunch of VSTs that I am personally obsessed with. I use a lot in my beats, and they came out with this a couple months ago that is basically, they're advertising it as an AI tool, almost like a co-producer type of software, I guess. And the way it works is you enter in a prompt into Co-Producer and it's going to generate a couple of ideas for you. So let's try it out. So I give you a couple examples here. R&B with romantic piano. You can put some stuff about the drums, the key, the beats per minute. Let's just try, I don't know, hip hop beat with old school drums, electric guitar, and we can say, I don't know, 90 beats per minute, and see what it comes up with. You press generate, it's going to give you 4 packs, as they call it, basically essentially loops or rough ideas to kind of see how they'll work for you. All right, let's give a listen to the first one it generated for us. What I often think about when using, this Co-Producer by Output is that the sounds, I think there's a lot of elements that sound good and a lot of elements that might necessarily need some, fine tuning. So I would use this, and I'll listen to what the other packs give you, but the way I use Co-Producer is almost like I hear ideas, and it definitely needs a lot of like human fine tuning a little bit. Let's see what else they got. I like that chord progression. See, what I think about when I hear that is I like the groove of the drums. I don't necessarily like the drum fill there, and I like the electric guitar. So I can basically download the individual stems of this loop and basically piece it together however I would want. And that's why I think it's cool, because it speeds up my workflow, right? I find that when making beats, the part that, for me at least, takes the most time and the most kind of effort is laying down the foundation. What are the chord progressions of this beat? I feel like once you have the chord progressions, which, basically is just math, right? If you're working in C major scale, you only have the white notes to work with. And if you're producing a pop beat that has 4 chords, there's only so many parameters that you can work with, right? So that's why I feel like with AI, it's not really using maybe AI or robotic stuff. It's more just working with math and parameters. But once you have that foundation, that's where I think all the creative elements come into play. Adding your signature style. Do you have, certain melodies that you add, certain drums that you add? But just getting that sort of foundation, those chords or those drums, I find that that's like a lot of the battle there. And that's why I think if I can use AI to speed up that process, it's not necessarily cheating. It just allows me to get to the fun parts of making music, those melodies, all like the other stuff that I want to do on the creative side. It allows me to get to that point quicker. Let's just listen to what else they generated for us here. See, it might give me an idea. I don't necessarily know what I would do with that one, but it gives me kind of like a starting point. I also like Co-Producer because you can try a random prompt and just get a bunch of random ideas and see if something sticks for you. This one gave me a post-punk, dark wave, goth rock, eerie synth lead with haunting vocals. So let's see what it came up with. I think that's pretty cool, actually. I feel like when I'm listening to that, I have a lot of ideas on how I could kind of elevate that and make that into a completed song. Sometimes you get crazy stuff like that, but I don't know, sometimes you get cool ideas, cool starting points, I guess. I want to move on to another AI tool that I use that is basically the create mode of Splice. Now, this basically is going to compile a bunch of different loops together that, Splice's AI system thinks are going to sound good, and basically, again, give you a couple of loops, a couple of sounds, a couple of instruments as a starting point. And then what I like about it is that you can load it into your software and customize it to however you want. Let's try a trap beat and see what it comes up with. So it's basically adding drums, other elements, and bass together that it thinks is going to work, you know, the same, I guess, relatively the same beats per minute, transpose it to the same key. And we can add some other things here. So let's add some vocals. And we can also kind of regenerate it if we don't like that vocal. Same with like the drums. We can change other elements too. That's kind of a cool loop there. Kind of gets me an idea for like a drill type beat or something. And again, what I like about this is that it gives me ideas right away. I find that sometimes as a producer, as a creative, sometimes if I hear something, it just catches my ear and then I have ideas for everything else that I would add to it. So that's what I like about this, you know, AI tool, is that it gives me the audio example quickly to basically see if any ideas are sparked. So I want to show you guys another software, which is basically a VST that I'm using within FL Studio from a company called Unison, but it's called MIDI Wizard. And what I like about this one is that it's really easy to generate ideas. There's a lot of different parameters that it's working with. And since you're basically using it within FL Studio, it's easy to drag it right into it and basically start creating with it. So the way it works is you can set your genre, your key, if you want to do chords, a melody, or kind of a mix between them. How much, you know, bars do you want it? 4 bars, 8 bars? I'm just going to keep this. Let's generate a hip hop and rap style, you know, chord progression in the key of F minor. You click this and let's see what it comes up with here. Okay, and again, we can click it again and generate something with the same variables, but just a different generation. And again, we can customize it, do the chords. Let's just try a country progression in C major. See what it comes up with here. So I feel like, again, this can be a starting point for customizing it, using it with different plugins, adding your own kind of elements to it. And what I like about these is that, you know, none of these AI tools basically has given me a 3-minute finished beat. They just kind of give me a starting point, basically a tool to work with. If I wanted to work with this, I love how I can just drag and drop the MIDI right into FL Studio, and I can customize it. If I want to move the chords around a little bit, if I want to, you know, change certain notes, maybe remove notes altogether, it gives me that freedom, but it gives me that starting point as well. Still working within FL Studio, I'm using another plugin called Melody Sauce 2 by Evabeat. This one kind of works similarly, where it'll give you some settings that you can customize, like your scale, maybe your sound, if you want to do like a guitar or keys, and it'll basically give you melodies to work with. So I'm just going to click one of these random pads here, go for the one in the middle, and let's see what it comes up with. Pretty fast, but we can slow it down. Also change like the octave. And same thing, what I like about this is I can drag it into FL Studio. Now all of a sudden I have the notes to work with. I can kind of customize it a little bit. Kind of use it as a starting point, right? And I can kind of build with that. So I kind of like that. Again, it just gives me the ideas and then I can customize it quickly. The last AI tool here, of course, I got to show you guys is our own website, LALALai. And this, just personally speaking, for me as a producer, out of all the AI tools I showed in the video, this is the one that I use all the time. And it's the one that I use most often because I'll use it when working with artists. I'll use it when I'm creating remixes. I'll use it when I'm looking for inspiration or basically trying to dissect a beat or a song and figure out how a producer made a certain sound sound and I want to hear it clearly. But this is our website, LALAI. The link is going to be in the description. And what our website does is it allows you to upload a audio file to the website, and it's going to use AI to basically split the audio file into separate instruments. So for example, I can upload any song here and I can separate it by vocal and instrumental, drums, bass, electric guitar, pianos, and it'll process all of that for me, so then I can isolate each one. And for example, if I upload a song to lalalai, I can take out the vocals from the instrumental, so then I can basically maybe make my remix or use those vocals in a different way or create a cover. It basically gives you a lot of flexibility and a lot of freedom. And what I like about it too is that it also allows me to do things like separate drums, bass, electric guitar, all these other elements that you might not think that you really need. For example, I can upload a new beat that I made and I can show you guys how it uses AI to separate the drums from this song. I might want to use those drums in a different project. I might just want to basically hear how the producer made the drums, but it gives you that crazy amount of freedom. So here I can download just the drums from that beat, and let's hear how it sounds. What I love about it is that I don't hear any other, bleeding noise or, refractions of other elements. I hear the drums just isolated really in a clean way. And then I can download the version without the drums. Maybe if I wanted to add my own drums, like if I was doing a drum cover. It's a pretty powerful tool. Again, I will leave the link to that in the description. And what is also cool about, our website LALAI is that we have a new feature coming, which is a voice changer, which is going to allow you to upload your voice and basically transform it into a number of different artists using AI. So what I like about this is if I ever want to make, fun remixes or kind of just experiment a little bit, I don't have to navigate to a different website to do that. I can do it all within LALAI. Like for example, let's take a vocal and see if I can do it. I can take this vocal.
Would you feel better if I said that this touch could last forever?
And let's try it out with Drake. I know it's obviously I'm going from a female singer to a male singer, but let's give it a shot here and see how it uses AI to basically process that. All right, let's give that a listen here.
Would you feel better if I said that this touch could last forever? Every moment I'm with you feels like heaven.
So obviously the pitch is a little bit off because I went from a female singer to a male singer, but still pretty powerful how it masks the original hook and uses AI to transform it into something new. And again, this gives me ideas for maybe if I want to upload my voice, maybe samples, maybe just make things more unique, and again just have fun with it too, because I think that's what producing is all about, just having fun with it. If you guys want to check out our website LALAI, I'll leave a link in the description to get started. You can start splitting files, start using AI to basically change your voice into something else. Have a whole lot of fun with it. I will leave a link in the description. Let me know if there's any AI systems that I've missed that you guys use. Let me know if you are for AI for music production, if you are against it. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button and I will see you guys in the next video.